Yo, what is up guys and welcome back to the channel. Today we've got another review on the What If plus Florian Thauvin. We're going to go through a brief summary of the card, his details, that's clips and summary, as well as the clips that I got with him and whether I think he's worth the upgrade. Before we get into all of that, if I could ask you guys to please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell so you know when I upload, and comment down below if you're going to grab this card. And without further ado, let's get into the review. So guys, this is the game that I played Florian Thauvin in. I played him in that number 10 slot, and I did try him out right for half, but I didn't like him out there. I prefer him in the number 10 slot, and I think he did fairly well for me there. Let's just get straight into the card. All of this stuff is the same, so we won't go through this again, guys, but 5 games played, 5 goals scored and 3 assists, so not bad at all for a card like this. I put the Hunter on him just to give him a bit of extra pace and to help that shooting out as well. As you guys know, I love to score with my attacking midfielders. For me, guys, the only thing that I really found a bit of a problem with this card was actually his long passing. His long passing was quite poor at times. He did misplace a lot of these, so it was very annoying not being able to play those passes. I do feel like it was worse than that 84 there. But overall, guys, I think this card hasn't got as much of a boost to it as, say, someone like Diatta, but still a nice card nevertheless. Player traits got the finesse shot, flair, long shot taker, and technical dribbler, so all lovely traits. And now that we've covered that, we're going to get into some of the clips that I got with him. So guys, getting into some of Florian Thauvin's clips, and what you guys are going to see is his general ability to play that number 10 slot, and in general his slight improvement over how good his 87 card was. Now I did really like his 87 card. I do also like this 89 rated card. However guys, I do not feel like this card has changed that much to warrant such a large price in comparison to someone, say, like Birthday Dimitri Payet, who is a more well-rounded attacking midfielder with that 5-star weak foot. But guys, what we're going to talk about first is the improvements. Now I did see improvement in the shooting, that might also have been down to the chemistry style I was using, but I did feel like he shot a lot better for me this time, and generally took chances a little better. Some of the shooting was a little tame, but otherwise he played relatively well for me. I do feel like the passing is still a big flaw on this card. Now although it was okay when I used the 87, I did in the end put a chemistry style on which boosted his passing, so that really helped him out in terms of him being able to play the ball, little 1-2s, little passes with the strikers as well. I do feel like that without that boost to his passing, he really did struggle, so he wasn't the best passer for me just in terms of general play. I do feel like you can get better passes out there, again, naming one, Dimitri Payet. Getting into his pace, guys, and his dribbling. Now his dribbling is very silky and smooth, however it's not as smooth as what the stats would suggest. I do feel like he has some stiffness in there, but overall guys, I feel like his dribbling is good. You guys have seen some of the tight dribbling I've been able to pull off with him, some of the chances I've been able to create because of it. It was very good for me. I just don't feel like, again, it's as smooth as what the card would suggest. In terms of his pace, guys, you do need to help this factor out, so I don't know if the engine would be the best way to go with this card, just to boost that passing, dribbling and pace. But I feel like this card needs help in a lot of areas that an attacking midfielder maybe shouldn't need help in, and therefore it hinders my opinion of this card. And whether he's worth it compared to his 87 rated card, whether that upgrade really is worth it compared to, say, someone like, again, an 89 Dimitri Payet. Guys, getting into these, the last factor here, which is his size. Now, although he does possess decent size, when he's slightly clunky and doesn't move as freely as you want him to, his size becomes a real factor, because all of a sudden he's relatively small, not able to compete with a lot of defenders, and therefore you have to be quite careful with how you play with this card. But overall, guys, I feel like he did a reasonable job. You just need to be aware of that factor because he doesn't have much mass to him. As we get into these final few finishes here, guys, you see that finesse shot trait coming in lovely there. He did that a couple of times for me. Lovely attempts there as well with the finesse shot, which was nice to have because you can always take them on when your opponent doesn't give you a lot of space around the box. And in this final clip here, guys, more of the same. Some nice dribbling, holding the man off there, getting into range, and then getting into range here, and then pulling the trigger right there. So guys, we're just going to get into Florian Thauvin's summary here. It's going to be a quick one as well, as we don't want to go through it too much. 222 on the PlayStation, 190 on the Xbox, and 230 on the PC. Now, of course, guys, the key stats of this card, the dribbling is pretty good. I do feel like it's not as smooth as this would suggest, but it's still very good nevertheless. His short passing is good, but his long passing is a bit of a con. And I do feel like his pace needs a little bit of a helping hand too. If you're going to play him in that cam spot, a Hunter would do him a lot of good in terms of just boosting that pace and helping his finishing as well. And don't forget, he's got the finesse shot trait, so you can always finesse those with his left foot from the outside of the box. Overall, guys, I think that may well be the best one for him. We're not going to go into the similar or linkability, guys. However, there is one thing that I did want to do with this card, which was compare it to Dimitri Payet, just to kind of show you guys where this card really sits just in terms of his capability. So if we just quickly go to the comparison screen, Dimitri Payet is 226 right now. Do I feel like this Thauvin justifies that 222 price range? No, I do not feel like this Thauvin is a significant upgrade over his 87 card. I have not tried this Dimitri Payet card, but you guys can see the stats are very, very similar. I would say that if you are going to pick up a card and use one of these, then I would say pick up Dimitri Payet. Even though you do have to lock it in, you cannot sell Thauvin again. If you're going to use both, then perfect. It's a perfect thing between them. But if you are going to pick up one of them or wonder which one you should pick up, I would go with Payet, just because I feel like he may be a little more mobile, and he does, of course, have the 5-star weak foot, 4-star skill moves, as opposed to Thauvin's 3-star weak foot. So it is a big plus in the attacking midfield spot. I don't feel like this Thauvin justifies that price tag, and I feel like he still justifies a reasonable price tag, maybe around 150 to 170k, but definitely not 222. So that would be my recommendation, guys. If you are thinking about picking between the two, go for Payet, skip on Thauvin for now. Hope you guys did enjoy this review. If you did, please do smash that like button. Until next time, I will see you all in a bit.